Tonight on the Sunday Sipper Club, we are going to get you ready for Mother's Day. Which gifts to give mom in terms of wine, how to pair wine with Mother's Day brunch, and all of that. And we've got a special guest here as well. We've got two special guests. I'm Natalie McLean, editor of Canada's largest wine review site at nataliemclean.com. And let me introduce our special guest tonight. I have Alison Christ, who is the winemaker at Colio Estates in southwestern Ontario, and her mother, Nancy Christ. Welcome to you both, ladies.
Thanks very much, Natalie. We're so happy to be here.
So great to have you. And as I've mentioned previously, Alison, this was your idea to have your mom here, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Because we can talk about Mother's Day past, any special memories around wine, all of that sort of thing. And as we get warmed up, Alison, why don't you kick it off? I know that you studied at the University of Windsor, Ontario. You took a Bachelor of Science degree. Fill in the gaps for us while I check over on Facebook Live to make sure folks can hear and see us. Tell us about your background and how you got into wine, and then we'll get more from your mom, Nancy.
Sure, yeah. So actually, it's really fitting that my mom's here with me today. Because she is the reason that I got into wine.
Way to go, Mom!
So I went to school at the University of Windsor, and I have a chemistry degree, and I'm finer. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. And just growing up in this household, and we always had wine dinner, and we had so many fun conversations sitting around the island, this island that we're sitting at here today, having a glass of wine. That I heard about this program through Niagara College, the Master Taster program. And so that's how I got kind of into the wine industry. And through people that I met there, they put me in touch with some wineries, and it kind of all just flowed pretty organically from there.
Wow, flowed. Good verb. So what is the, you mentioned Master Taster or something like that. What was the program that you were in?
Yeah, it's a Master Taster. It's a certificate program through Niagara College. But they had a satellite campus down at Viewpoint Winery here in Lake Erie North Shore, so that's where I did the class there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That got you into it. All right, so they can see and hear us both, ladies. That's great. So I always like to make sure people aren't sort of trying to lip read or whatever before we really dig into it. Okay, so you did that. Let's talk more about how wine was part of the family table, perhaps, growing up. Alison, you can kick it off. Nancy, I would love to hear your memories as well. Let's go for it. What would you like to talk about with wine and family there?
It's wine with dinner was always a big thing. And my mom's a fantastic cook, and so pairing good wines with good food was kind of always part of the family growing up. So it was pretty natural for us, and that's kind of how we got here.
Absolutely. And do you come from a wine traditional family? I'm not sure. I am pronouncing your name correctly now, Christ. I'm not quite sure. Is that what is that? English or?
It's German.
German.
So yeah, it's not really. No, we're not really from a wine family necessarily. It was just kind of the drink of choice more than anything else, I guess. Right? Yeah.
That's great. Personally, I came from Nova Scotia. It was beer and whiskey. But that's great. You had early wine memories. Nancy, when you were serving dinner and you're a great cook, how would you choose the wine for the meal, or was it a family affair? How would you integrate wine into the meal?
I read up on it a lot.
Okay.
And obviously from trial and error, to know that, a certain wine does not go with whatever I was cooking. So over the years, trial and error. And then again, when Alison got into the winemaking business, then it was much easier for me because I'm a go-to person.
That's great. That's awesome. All right. And the people are coming in our virtual door and sitting at our kitchen table with us, ladies. We have Anne in Halifax, who happens to be my mom. Hello, Mom. We're going to have a whole mom thing going on here. And we have Jane Staples here in Ottawa. And these comments flow by really quickly on Facebook, so I only see 5 at a time. So if you are posting and I missed your comment, please post again, because we would love to hear from you. Where are you logging in from tonight to join us for this special edition of the Sunday Sipper Club, getting us ready for Mother's Day? Which wines should we give as Mother's Day gifts? How to pair wines with Mother's Day brunch. And we have our special guests here tonight, Alison Christ, the winemaker for Colio Estates in southwestern Ontario, and her mother, Nancy Christ. So it's pretty cool. I'm loving this. All right, and Jane is saying she's joining us with a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. That's nice. You know, Jane, I think that might go with some brunchy dishes like quiche, or how would you pair Sauvignon Blanc, Alison or Nancy? What would go with Sauvignon Blanc when we talked about Mother's Day brunch?
Well, I think you're absolutely right with the quiche. Brunch can be kind of difficult because eggs can be kind of tough to pair wines with.
Yes.
But yes, Sauvignon Blanc is probably one of those wines that would go pretty well with it. And then obviously sparkling for us.
Absolutely.
Sparkling.
Nice segue. Because there is much love for your sparkling wine, Lily. I mean, I just love the color of this label, but beyond that, like, this is a real fan favorite. I mean, I was posting about our chat coming up, and there was a lot of hearts for this brand, or this label, I should say. Can you tell us a little bit about what Lily is, what the grapes are, how it came to be, why it's named Lily? Give us some background on this, if you would, Alison.
Sure. So Lily is one of our personal favorites at Colio, and one of mine. It's 100% Riesling,
Okay.
and done in the Charmat method. So it doesn't sit on the lees very long like a traditional method, and it's made in that style for that reason, because it makes it really fresh and fruity. It makes it great to pair with brunches and stuff like that, but it's also really easy just to sit around and have a glass of and share it. And so
Very
that's what
easy.
we love.
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the alcohol is low at 12%, which is nice and refreshing, especially if you are starting at 9 or 10 in the morning. On a
Exactly. Yep.
So,
And then the Lily name.
yes, Lily, how'd that come to be?
Yeah, so Lily has been around for a very, very long time in our company. It's always been our sparkling.
Okay.
And actually it came from, there was a local artist that did a whole bunch of paintings for Colio way back in the day, because we've been around for 35 years.
Okay.
One of them was this beautiful picture of a lily, and it inspired our marketing department to use it as the label for this wine.
That's lovely. I love the backstory. I thought it was a woman named Lily, and she, I don't know, she had 7 children, and like Veuve Clicquot. I don't know, like the champagne house. Oh, we've got so many people joining us, ladies. I'm just going to give a shout out, and then you're going to continue. Katerina is listening from Florence, Italy. Patricia Toll is here in Windsor, sipping her Colio Dry White. You may know Patricia, I'm not sure. She's in your area. Patty Handasides, you sound great. I asked if they could hear us and see us.
Oh,
good,
good.
Patty. Good, Patty. And what are you sipping on?
That's my aunt, actually.
Oh, good. You've got the whole. This is what I do. Get all the relatives on board. That's always a good strategy. And Gwen is here from Ottawa. She loves Lily. She's giving you a lot of heart emojis. So
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And just remind us. Okay, so this is available in the LCBO. What's the price point on this?
$16.95.
That's incredible. I mean, really. This is such a good sparkling wine for the money. And Riesling base, you can't go wrong with that. Is Lily available outside of Ontario? Do you distribute across the country at all?
We do a little bit to some provinces. The only ones right now we currently don't ship to are Quebec and British Columbia, but we're looking to get into British Columbia. It's just a bit of a process, so we're just starting out that process.
Nicely said. It's a bit of a process. Yes, it is. I love it. It's so fresh and vibrant. I mean, a lot of sparkling wines traditionally are Chardonnay base, along with Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier. But this with Riesling, I find is so much more aromatic, so much more flavorful with the lime zest. How would you describe it, Alison, in terms of if you're sniffing and sipping, how would you describe this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very bright and fresh and aromatic. And that's the reason that we do it in Charmat style, and we take it off the lees fairly quickly, so that you don't get a lot of that secondary characteristic that you typically find in traditional method Chardonnays and wines like that. Because the Riesling, I think, would be overpowered by that. So we like to keep it really fresh and very fruity. Yes, you get all those great citrus notes, that the lemon, the lime, some fresh peach. But again, it's all those it's everything that you think of when you think of spring and bright and and that's what makes it so great for Mother's Day.
Absolutely. Yes. And Patty is sipping on Lily. It's a favorite. Dave Head is here, and he says they are drinking something from Arizona. Yummy Syrah. Dave, you're off trend, but that's okay. We're glad you're here.
I've never had wine from Arizona, so that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Anne, my mom, is asking if Lily would pair well with Nova Scotia lobster. My mom lives in Nova Scotia, gal, so just to let you know, she wants pairings for Nova Scotia lobster.
Absolutely it would. And if she could send some over our way.
Oh, the lobster. We do an exchange. Lobster for Lily. All right, L&L. Yes, it sounds like that sounds like a fair trade. Okay, Mom, gotta get on that. Stephen Andrews is here from Waterloo, and he's drinking Lily, and he says lime zest matches with our potato chips. He's got a good pairing going there. Lily with potato chips.
Yep.
Stephen, brilliant.
We've done it with popcorn as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you get that zest, that effervescence, and then the acidity, the natural acidity of sparkling wine, it cuts like a knife through anything like seafood, fat, butter, anything. It's just
exactly.
Brills. So Jill Thomas Stevens. Hello, Allison and Nancy. Are these more relatives? Just wondering. You have a lot of relatives.
Jill's our friend from Chicago.
Awesome. But this is what Mother's Day should be. This is great. We're just going to have you guys on weekly and just have your whole family join us. They're all piling in here. Okay, so Jane, yes. Jane, if you find there's a slight echo on Allison's end, it's not Allison's fault. I'm still tweaking the technology, so you may want to turn your volume down a little bit. We are working on that though, Jane. I know that this is a known issue, but again, don't blame Allison. Okay, so let's talk, about Mother's Day brunch pairings with Lily. I mean, being a sparkling wine, it can go with just about everything, but let's go back to your point, Allison, about how tough egg dishes can be with wine. Why is it? What's happening with egg, and why does it really challenge wine?
Well, especially what I think of is like hard-boiled eggs, right? And eggs have typically a bit of that kind of sulfury smell, which is an off aroma in a wine. So it's really hard to kind of pair with one. So that's why, making eggs into quiches or something where you maybe got a bit of salty ham or something, that can help because you can pull on those flavors, which helps the pairing.
Absolutely.
Eggs are tough.
Eggs are really tough. And you bring up a great point. Ham or bacon or whatever I call bridging ingredients. They can kind of carry you through and help because they're far more wine-friendly, ham, bacon, etc., than the egg itself. And as you say, there's sulfur, and eggs can be very mouth-coating, not in a great way for wine. But yeah, we are determined hedonists, though, and we will find a wine and a way. But I find Lily and sparkling wines in general really terrific match for egg dishes with brunch, but also for brunch in general, because again, they're very low alcohol, very fresh, very spring-like, as you said.
Yeah.
All right. So Nancy, tell us a bit about your background with wine. Like, can you remember the first memorable wine you tasted? Like, where were you? What was it? Or something along that line?
Oh my gosh. That's a really good question.
Feel free to rephrase. When did you start drinking wine? Like, were you always a wine drinker, or was your family heritage more beer and whiskey like mine? Or when did you come to wine? probably.
Yeah. When I was growing up, it was more beer and whiskey with my dad.
Yeah.
It's probably only, I want to say, in the last 15 years, maybe, where, and with our family, it's more wine-based. My absolute favorite is a Sauvignon Blanc. That's my go-to.
And what do you like about Sauvignon Blanc? Why is it your go-to? What do you find that you like about it?
Because I love the crispness of it. I love the pear and peach and the green apple is great. Yeah, grapefruit.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it's a
Not
great.
so much a red wine drinker.
No, that's fine. That's
I'm
okay.
working on it.
Yeah, baby steps.
It's an ongoing project. That's okay.
Yeah.
Something for the two of you to do together.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than pottery classes, I gotta say.
You got that right.
Okay, so Stephen says, he says with Lily, lime and black pepper chips are a great match with Lily. I love that. Lime and black pepper chips. Stephen, where are you getting your chips?
Yeah, really.
Okay. Jane, yes, we do think that Riesling goes with eggs because of the acidity. It cuts through it. It's got that. And also Riesling doesn't have the heavy doesn't have oak generally, or heavy alcohol that really can clash with, what is it in eggs, the key ingredient? It's escaping me now. I know there's iodine in fish, but there's something in eggs, something I can't remember, that just does this. Paula is drinking extra dry white Colio here.
Wait so hard.
And Patricia, our annual Christmas breakfast with eggs Benedict and a sparkling punch. We throw empties into the front lawn. It's a tradition. What kind of relatives do you have? No, I'm kidding. They're just like mine. 3 bottles of Lily and eggs. It works. Oh, and Stephen is saying it's Miss Vicky's chips. But Patricia has given us a good segue here because she's talking about eggs Benedict and a sparkling punch. But I have the mimosa. Do you have it here too?
Yes, we do. We'll have to grab that out. There we go. Yep.
Is this available in the LCBO?
Yes, it is. It was just released a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's only been out a couple of weeks.
Okay.
We wanted to get out in time for Mother's Day and the long weekend, and
Absolutely.
so this is one of our brand new products in the Girls Night Out line.
It's fantastic. I've got to say, because I tasted it this afternoon in preparation for a chat, and it's like peach perfect. It's so pretty, and there's no need to ruin good orange juice with bad bubbly anymore. Like, just this is ready, and again, it's 6.5% alcohol, so that's important. Again,
Yeah, that's what we figured. It's low alcohol because for brunch you don't really want something very heavy. You want to be able to go on with the rest of your day, right?
Exactly.
But still enjoy a little something with brunch.
Yeah.
And then this idea was, instead of having to go to the grocery store and to the liquor store, you just have a single bottle ready to go, and just a really lovely light mimosa.
Exactly, and you've got some fizz, some spritz, I should say.
Yep.
It's perfect, and I tasted it, and it was like, so yes, it's sweet, definitely, but the fizz takes away the perception of too much sweetness. So it's not cloying; it's still fresh, but it's like biting into the first peaches of the season. I find it's like there's the acidity going on there, and there's the fizz and all that. So it's lovely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what's the base in this? What's the white wine base for that?
We use a blend of different varietals in that. So it's not one in particular. We try and make it a very consistent product.
Yeah.
So it's what we need to do in order to make sure that every bottle is exactly the same, and that way you're not worried about what you're picking up when you go into the LCBO.
Absolutely. And that wine serves its purpose, which is really different from Lily. So
Very much.
yeah, so I love that. So if I were having brunch, I would start off with the drier Lily as an opener, maybe, and then get to this with my eggs Benedict, or bacon or
Absolutely, yeah.
melon slices.
Yeah, I was thinking or you could macerate like a fruit salad in the mimosa,
Ooh.
which could be kind of fun, and then it's almost like using it in a dish as well as having a glass of it.
Absolutely. And so to macerate would be to pour this over the fruit or whatever you're talking about and leave it overnight or a few hours?
Yeah, probably a couple hours before your brunch starts. Yeah, just to let it kind of soak in and get all those flavors together. And
wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Nancy, Allison has mentioned you make a wicked, is it shrimp dish that uses lily and you can drink the sauce?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I wiggle the recipe out of you?
You know what? I can post it.
Yes, please.
I can do that.
Thank
But
you.
it's obviously sparkling wine, and there's butter, and there's shallots, and it's awesome.
Yeah. As Allison
It's a lot
said,
of butter.
you can
It's a lot of
a
butter.
lot of butter. Butter's good, and so is sparkling wine. You got your two
Exactly.
groups there, right?
Yeah.
And I was reading in the LCBO brochure, Allison, you said you could just drink the sauce.
Oh, you can. It's that good.
Oh, that sounds great. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Anne Raston, I can't wait to try that. You're laughing like you know the more relatives?
Yeah. No friends from Toronto.
That's great. That's great. Nancy, you have quite the network.
It's such good support.
They're all here. They're all here for you. Jane says she's going to start a Mimosa Mamas Club. All right, Jane.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Lead on, Jane. Nancy and Allison have 26 women relatives to join you right away.
Yeah, Jane, you're coming to the next one.
That's great. So Stephen in Waterloo says he's tried orange juice, just so. I'm losing the thread there. You were pairing that with something, Stephen. I think Lily stands alone. Dave Stevens is here. Love the wine, love the people. Dave Stevens, where are you logging in from? Do we know Dave Stevens?
Chicago.
Chicago. So what's the Chicago tie-in? Is that where you're from, Nancy? Or-
No, I'm from Windsor.
Oh, so why do you know so many people in Chicago? Or was it one great dinner one night?
It was a great cruise ship where we met all of these wonderful people from Wisconsin, Chicago, Georgia, you name it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you make and keep friends forever.
Absolutely.
Who follow you
Yes.
wherever you are on social media, apparently. That's great. Cindy Papa says, looking.
Oh my God! Wisconsin!
Wow, this is fun. Let's see who else pops up from your past life. That's great. Okay, so we've done the mimosa and the lily, although I don't want to leave them. But let's see. Now, let's go next to your Colio label. This says, I love Mama a lot, I think. This is the 1.5 liter, which is a Magnum, the equivalent of 2 regular size bottles of 750 ml. It's your blush, Colio blush. So Allison, maybe you should start off by telling us a bit about this in terms of what it's made from. Is it dry? Is it sweet? I have not tried this one yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, so this one is definitely a bit sweeter.
Okay.
So in that same Colio line, we have 2 different whites and 2 different reds.
Okay.
And then we decided to add this blush into the portfolio.
Okay.
And so it's, again, a really easy sipper. And it's a blend of white and red grapes. So made just in the blended style of rosé,
Okay.
as opposed to just bleeding off a red wine.
Right.
But it's got lots of strawberry jam
Yeah.
and that's kind of, we just wanted to make another easy to drink. Because again, you can have a glass, and that's really across all of our wines through Colio, is we want you to be able to pair it with something, but also just be able to have a glass of it. And so that's what we're trying to make here.
Absolutely. I don't find it that sweet. Maybe it's because it's got good acidity too.
And we really try and balance all of our wines with that, so that nothing ever comes across as cloying, or really, you get the fuzzy slippers on your teeth kind of feeling, which is terrible.
Fuzzy slippers, I haven't heard that one. I like it. That's good, I can understand that.
Exactly, yeah, because you know what that feels like.
Yeah.
So we really try and balance everything between the acidity and the sugar, to just make them really approachable.
Yeah, absolutely. So, does this come in a regular size? Not that we want the regular size, but, or just the 1.5 mil?
No, it just comes in the 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're sold in all of our retail stores and the LCBO. They just in February, it started going to the LCBO.
And what's the price point on that?
$12.95.
Oh my goodness. Wow, you can show a lot of love for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
So Steve,
And that's what we try and do too, is we just try and make good value wines, right? So, at that price point, it's a great bottle that you can have at home, you can bring it as a gift, and we try and over deliver at that price point as well. So, yeah, you're paying $12.95 for that bottle, but we're hoping that you'll like it more than that price point.
absolutely. The marketing team has briefed you well, Allison. That's not always the case with the winemakers. They kind of go out on their own and do their own thing. Sometimes it's like, can't get, anyway. But Stephen in Waterloo was asking, where is Colio? So why don't you explain where you're located in Ontario? Because you're not in Niagara.
No, we're not. No, we're in Lake Erie North Shore.
Okay.
So we are in the southern portion of Ontario. Our winery is located in Harrow, which is about 35 minutes outside of Windsor. And for anybody outside of the province, because I know we had some people from further away, we're actually south of Detroit, because Ontario kind of hooks around the bottom there. So we're in the same latitude as Northern California, is where we're at.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that the warmest part of our province?
It's actually, yeah, absolutely. It's got the most growing degrees of anywhere in Canada,
Okay.
because we're so far south.
So does that mean you can do, or you can hope, or your chances are better of ripening red wines?
Exactly. That's exactly it, yeah. So, we're susceptible to winter frost, just like anywhere else in Canada, because we're still definitely a cool climate wine region. But because of the active growing degrees, we can ripen, Cab Franc and Cab Sauv in really good years, and make really outstanding big red wines that you wouldn't expect Ontario to be able to produce.
Oh, awesome. That's great. And so I do have, we're going to get on to the Girls Night Out label in a moment. Now, we talked a bit, you're not producing red wines there, so are there other red wines that you produce because you do have these degrees of warmth? What is your red wine portfolio like?
So our red wine would be, we don't currently have anything in our Girls Night Out line, but we have it in the Bricklayer portfolio. Yep, and actually we also do the Hat Trick. So we've partnered with the NHL alumni, and so a portion of those sales goes to their alumni fund, which helps with all of the ex-athletes and any support they need. But our Bricklayer line is really, that's our kind of our pride and joy. And so we have, we've got a Cabernet in the LCBO that'll be released in June, and then we've got some that are through small release through vintages, and then through our retail stores as well. We've got Merlot, Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and Cindy says, don't forget about the big box.
That's also true. Thank you. Yes. So we do a 4-liter bag-in-box, and we also do a 16-liter bag-in-box through our retail stores as well, which is again more of that value-oriented wine, which is great. You can put it into 1.5 bottles and keep it in the fridge, but it lasts a fairly long time, so that's a great product as well.
Cindy is your spokesperson, I think, for that line. Okay, let's move on then, shall we, to the Girls' Night Out. So this is the Chardonnay, and I've tasted these wines over the years, and I've always found them to be incredibly great value. So yes, there's a lot of marketing going on this label, but I find the quality of the wine to be really terrific for the price point. So tell us about this 2014 Chardonnay.
So this Chardonnay is it's a BQA wine, so it's 100% Ontario grapes.
Okay.
It is a blend of Niagara and Lake Erie North Shore.
Okay.
I would say it's an enough Chardonnay. We do a tiny portion of it in oak, not so that you would notice it, but just enough because it adds a bit of complexity and a bit of subtlety to the wine. That I find you can miss out on a straight stainless steel fermented Chardonnay. But this is, again, it's a dry Chardonnay. I think it's 12.5% alcohol. So again, not super heavy.
No, it's not. This one says 13 here.
13, okay. So yeah.
It tastes lighter than that, actually, on alcohol, not on flavor, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
really nice. And you're trying to choose a dress. What's
yeah,
that?
so our marketing team, because all of our Girls Night Out labels have dresses on them.
Okay.
So we needed an update on the Chardonnay label. So we actually paired with Seneca College out of Toronto and had some of their graphic design students develop a dress, and then 3 of them were chosen as finalists. They were put on the bottles, and it went out through the LCBO, and everyone could vote on it and pick a dress. And so I believe one they have with the feathers on it, that was the winning dress, actually.
Oh,
That's the one there, yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder what was going on. You got a very busy marketing team, but I love the fact that it was in Seneca. Those people don't sleep.
There you go.
I like that. So that one, okay. That's an issue.
It was a very fun competition and great to see the feedback, but really nice. The students that did the dresses were just incredible. Some of the designs that came through, it was really, really difficult to come to a decision, and we're glad that we didn't have to make it and that it was done as a vote, because we would have had a really tough time choosing.
That's great. Okay, and Lori is joining us here. Hi, Natalie and Allison and Mom. Hello, Lori. Dave Stevens, will you bring back the Coconut Girls Night Out? So somebody is missing that. What was that?
So with the Girls Night Out wines, is we always have new flavors coming out, just like the mimosa. And then there's a couple other ones that will be coming out through the summer as well. You can look forward to those couple of ice cream flavors. And so, unfortunately, though, as it's not to say the coconut is going away forever. We're just not producing it right now, but it's entirely possible it will come back as a seasonal item. Because that one was personally one of my favorites too.
It's like,
I like that one.
Yeah, pumpkin spice at Starbucks. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or Christmas blend. Make them, scarcity. Take it away. Bring it back. Take it away. Absolutely. I was looking.
Well, I hope your marketing team's watching them.
Yes. I was looking, there's some wicked flavors, and I just didn't have time to pick them up, but there was like chocolate and raspberry and all this.
Yep.
Are these wines, or are they, what are they?
Yeah.
Are they flavored drink? They're still wine-based.
Yeah, it's still a wine-based product.
Okay.
And we use all natural flavors in it. So yeah, we have the chocolate raspberry truffle.
Oh.
And then the ones that are coming out are we've got aged tangerine dreamsicle.
Oh.
And aged cherry amaretto, or black cherry amaretto ice cream. Which are, just a lot of fun.
Yes, please.
Really great to make into slushies.
Oh my god. You guys have too much fun there. Lori says, your mom is very young looking. Must be the good wine she drinks. That's nice, Lori. And Stephen says, Lily is best to drink as it is. Don't mix it. It'd be nice to try with some lemon shrimp cold appetizer. Lovely. That's nice. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, and then I have here Girls Night Out Rosé. Is there a particular grape base for that one?
Sorry?
I have the Rosé. Is there a grape base? Is this a Merlot base, or is there or is it a blend?
It is a blend.
Okay.
It's Riesling, Chardonnay, and Cab Franc.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, and so why did you choose to go with that blend?
The Riesling kind of carried over from the idea of Lily. It's that really fresh, crisp. Chardonnay adds a bit more texture to the wine, and then Cab Franc is really nice because it adds some really good berry fruit. And so when we were making up the blend for this, it was trying to find the best pieces that would make the best overall rosé, and that's what we settled on.
Oh wow, this is small, tiny field strawberries to me. What would you pair this with, especially if we bring it back to Mother's Day brunch?
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Field
Before
green.
we start.
Field greens with a raspberry vinaigrette.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
pretty.
fruit salad would work.
Fruit salad, yeah. Melon.
Yeah.
It's great. It's not sweet, but it's just got
No.
that hint of fruit, fleshy sweetness, like natural fruit kind of thing.
And that's what we were going for again, was not too dry, not too sweet, but just really well balanced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very good. All right. So how would you, this just has gone quicker than ever. It's already 35 minutes. So how would you what advice would you give, Nancy, how would you advise someone to pick a great Mother's Day gift wine?
Hands down, Lily. Hands down. It is.
Just go with Lily.
It's over the top. It's
true. Yeah, it's good value.
Okay, so a little biased, but honestly,
Yeah.
Allison's Sparkling is just out of this world. It is. It goes with absolutely anything and everything.
Proud mama. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So sparkling, yes. And for those who cannot get Lily, I do think sparkling wine is the ultimate Mother's Day gift wine. And you don't have to go for champagne. Champagne is great. But there's so many great sparkling wines from various regions, from Canada, US, like your Chicago friends, California, and so on, that really provide excellent value for what you get. And I think it's just very celebratory. Sparkling wine, toast to mom, and great brunch pairings, because I think sparkling wine can tackle anything, all those egg dishes that we've been talking about. Yeah.
And that pop of the cork is the favorite sound in the world.
Yes, it says time to get this party started, or time to relax. It's like Mama's reward. Anne-Marie Chivers is here. Cold salads and ham. She likes that pairing. Gloria loves sparkling wine. And Anne-Marie Chivers is saying sparkling wines are very versatile and food friendly. You're right, Anne-Marie. Yep. She's got lots of emojis happening. Okay. And so any other...
For a Mother's Day gift, the biggest thing is just knowing your mom, right?
Yes.
So if you're going to get her a bottle of wine,
Yes.
does she always like the same thing, or is she open to trying something new? And then just kind of playing with that idea. I'm lucky because my mom loves to try things new, and so you bring over a bottle, but it's more about sharing the bottle and that experience that you get to have together. So whether or not it's your favorite bottle ever, or maybe not so much, it's about making those memories together, right? And that's what the nice thing is about bringing wine to Mother's Day is, it's like, well, let's give it a shot.
That's very well put. I love that. And do either of you have any particular memories of a glass of wine or a bottle of wine that you shared in the past anywhere? Doesn't have to be yours, it could be, but is there anything that you can remember wine-wise, or Mother's Day pasts, I guess?
There's been a bottle or two shared over the years.
There's been so many that it's really actually hard to remember.
Yeah. But we were very fortunate to have a friend who actually went to New Zealand, and he was so sweet, and he brought us back a bottle of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. And he went for 3 weeks and traveled in a backpack, and still brought us back a bottle of wine. And so, opening that bottle was really special because he thought of us, and we got to share it together with him, and we called him and said how much loved it, and so that was kind of fun too.
Yeah, that's great. When it has a story and he suffered for you.
Thank you.
That always makes it better. Let's see. Lori says, Lise is here from Sudbury. Hello, Miss Lise. And Lori says, what do the two of you do to celebrate Mother's Day?
It's weather dependent.
Yeah.
It's on the back deck with a bottle of sparkling or a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, and with all of our family, right? we're fortunate still to have 3 generations.
Wow.
So yeah.
And everybody's living in the area too, right?
Right, we're all close.
I live 4 blocks from my mom, and my sister lives 2 blocks further from me. So
It's all good.
That is awesome. How about all those
Yeah.
Chicago people? Do they all end up on the deck as well, or?
Very talented.
The deck is full.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Oh, John Morrison is here. Friends, wine, family, the best combination. Yes, John, indeed.
There's nothing better.
Isn't there? Like, really, seriously. So, my goodness, this has been an amazing conversation. Both of you. Oh, Jill Thomas Stevens, sure do. Okay, the comments are just pouring in. It's hard to break away from your Chicago. Like club in Chicago. Anyway, both of you, I want to really thank you for this. It's been so much fun. What a great idea to have you both here. Thank you so much for joining us, and I want to wish you a great Mother's Day. We are going to try to transition here to 15, maybe 10 more minutes of if anyone's still hanging on the conversation, but I would like to let you off the hook and let you actually drink the wines that are in front of you, because you've been very good, and I'm sure you're thirsty. But again, thank you both for joining us. This has been absolutely delightful. So happy Mother's Day, and thank you for all your tips and suggestions.
Our pleasure.
Thank you, Natalie.
All right. Take care, guys. All right. I'm still going to stay here, folks. All
Okay.
Right. You can still watch. Okay. I'm going to, here we go. Let me just do this, and now let's see if this still works. I've never done this before, guys, where we have wrapped up there, but we're still going. Can anyone still hear me? Okay, Lise, what are the ladies drinking? We were drinking the Lily, Lise, and we had Mosa, we had Girls Night Out Chardonnay. Okay, Anne says, Mom, thank you, Nancy and Allison. Okay, great. Can you guys still hear me just fine? I've never done this kind of transition before, but I think it works because, if there's anything else you guys want to ask or talk about now that our guests have retired for the evening, please let me know. Jane says, yup. Stephen in Waterloo says, yup. Great. Okay, so we made that transition. So do you guys like this format of like the guest being on for 30 minutes or so? 20 to 30 minutes. They were fantastic. And so I kept them going for a little bit longer. Thanks, Lise. Cute bow, yes. So, Lise, I made a decision. Either I cut my bangs like Uma Thurman, or I get a bow, because I can't take my hair in my eyes anymore. But thank you. Lise is a bit tired from her girls' wine club tasting last night. The theme was Australia. I'm sure you are tired, my dear. Can be high alcohol. Lori, what am I doing Mother's Day? Oh, so my son is in Waterloo. He's taking engineering. Go with the bow, says Sam. Thank you. Anne-Marie Chivers, now. So I'm not getting that. Anyway, not getting the context. My son is in Waterloo. My mom, who is online with us and still posting here tonight, Anne McLean, she's in Nova Scotia, so I'll be on my own. We're building a house. We're almost finished. So I'm not doing any travel special whatever. I will have a glorious bottle of wine or two. But no special plans. Yeah, I've asked my mom. I emailed her today. Mom, you can hear me. What would you like? I'm thinking massage and pedicure, but I don't know because wine's too hard to ship. And I'll be FaceTiming with my son. But you all, what are you doing for Mother's Day? Let me hear what you're doing. Are you having a special celebration? Do you have some creative ideas on how to celebrate Mother's Day? I kind of like this after show chat right now. I kind of like it because then we don't have to stick with the interviewee, because we need to be respectful of the interviewee. I can't go off on a tangent that has nothing to do with them, but now we can. So Lori is going for brunch. 4 generations. Lori, holy moly. 4 generations. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Oh, to have that longevity. So, what are other people doing? Mom, I hope you're getting out the Dr. L. I know you love Dr. L. Let's see. Dave Stevens says the Chicago and Wisconsin families love Colio wines. Yes, the whole clan came out tonight. Once or twice a year, we visit Nancy and Allison and tour the wineries of Essex County. Really good wines. Yes, really good wines and really good people. That's amazing. You all came out tonight. That's so fantastic. We're in our last 5 to 10 minutes here, folks. So if there's anything else you want to ask or talk about, we're just, again, at the informal kitchen table right now. Steve says, my kids are taking their mom to Disney with the grandkids. Lovely, lovely. Lee's building a house. Yeah, that deserves some wine. You betcha. We're in the last 4 to 6 weeks. And we've had nonstop rain in Ottawa. So, it's made putting in insulation or drywall impossible. So, anyway, it will pass. So Lee says, I'm not a mom, but I have 2 wiener dogs. Yes, they will spoil me. I spoil my mom, and it's my birthday Saturday. Happy birthday, Lee's. And I hope those 2 wiener dogs do something special for their mom and your hubby. My mommy, Anne McLean, says, I'm going to have lobster and Lily with friends. Yes, Mommy. Good. Lori says, what do you consider a special bottle to drink on Mother's Day? And do you already have something in mind? Wow, there's just so many. It actually depends on my mood, Lori. It's I love a great sparkling, thing. I almost think of it like bottles I wouldn't open except for a special occasion, and I don't know why I stop myself, but like a Bollinger RD, recently disgorged, but back to 1996 I have that, and it's what am I waiting for? Just open the darn thing for Mother's Day. So I'm going to do that. Steve is wishing Lise a happy birthday. Lise, you're right, I'm having a Pinot because we're off air now, so this is what I'm drinking. But what would you guys consider a special bottle? I'd like to know. So we're going to wrap up here in 2 to 3 minutes. This has been extra fun. We're getting extra better at this format. Anne-Marie, I got big hearts from Anne-Marie. Yes. You got the bow. Yes, I got the bow. Stephen, tag to her? Okay, me too, Lori. Okay, you guys are texting faster than I can keep up. Love this format. Great. Yeah, a little bit of just intimate chat at the end, just us, right? And Stephen Tanger, great. Yeah, so trying to mix it up, trying to bring the value, bring the education, bring the guest. Somebody else I want to have, there are a couple doctors who are wine critics. Let's talk about health benefits of wine. Let's get to the real goods, right? I'm lining that up. John Morrison, looking good, thanks. This bow is getting a lot of attention, undeservedly. But I just can't too much about the hair. Anyway, I can't have it in my eyes anymore. I'm just going crazy. Either that or Anne-Marie Blanc de Noir. Okay. So bad. Anyway. So guys, I think that's good for this week, but I am going to work on the sound because I know the Skype interview people are always, I don't know, they're echoing or something, but I'm going to get professional help for this at least. Dave Head's here. We will be in Berlin. No idea what we'll be drinking. How exciting. Supper night, well done. Oh, good. Nice, Dave. Oh, you guys love when you talk amongst yourselves. Okay, guys, next week, I'm trying to remember who it is. I know I have somebody lined up, but I've already posted the link down below of who it is, and it's escaping me. It's not the Austrian Rudy Rabel, and then we've got Ravenswood. There's somebody else. Ugh. Anyway, I am trying to keep up and post everybody who's coming up. But good night, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Really, thank you all for joining me here tonight. I come to treasure this. This is truly a highlight of my week. I love it. And I love you guys. I mean that. Like, I see your comments. I feel the connection. It's awesome. So, I will see you next week when we will be talking to, I'm not sure who, but I have them booked. All right. You guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.